Hi, so today is day one of my first free challenge, and it's all about integrating mind, body, and spirit. And the first step, I think, is breathing. That's what really helped me get out of the mess that I was in. Um, and today, I'll share with you, I'll be really open and honest. I mean, you can see the state of my, my so called office is a total mess, a nightmare waiting to happen. But I'm breathing through it and I take it one step at a time and I do what I can and I don't beat myself up if I don't get done what I wanted to do. There's a big difference because I don't know where to start about today. My 13-year-old daughter was due to go on a trip to Lyon and she has no friends on the trip, and the kids have spent 2 years ignoring her mostly. She has one or two friends. She's very, very shy, very quiet, very insecure, very, very sensitive. And she struggled with learning French. And she really didn't want to go. And we took her to the bus. It was leaving at 7 o'clock this morning. Every teacher going on that trip tried to talk her into going, but she bottled it. We all have times like that. And what I told her on the way home from the trip, I said, look, it doesn't matter. We all have moments like that. The important thing is we recognise that our fear has taken control. She put her name down for that trip because she really wanted to go. She was excited about it. And as it drew near, the fear kicked in. And I suppose for her, the big thing is her lack of friends on that trip. Can you imagine? Nobody wants to speak to you and you struggle to speak their language anyway. She's doing ever so well. So I focused her mind on that, but we used the breathing technique. So day one of the challenge, more important than ever. And you can spend 5 minutes in the day doing this. This challenge is not supposed to take more than 10 minutes a day, but challenge yourself to actually do it because it's consistent action that works. It's no good doing it one day and then not doing it the next. It's tight, so make it really small and manageable. That's the key. That will help you try and do a little bit of practice every day. But hey, if you miss a day or you things happen like my day today. Oh dear, things happen, so breathe through it, forgive yourself and move on to the next thing. We're so good as women. In our 50s and beyond, we say to ourselves, it's got to be this way or that's bad. And we get stuck in our ways, and that helps us, really traps us in that fear. So integrate mind, body, spirit or soul, whatever you want to call it. But those three things, it's like we're going through life and we're everything's disconnected. If you just stop and listen to your body and breathe into how you're feeling, what is your body telling you as you're breathing? And it's deep channel breaths up and down the central spine. This is where you have like a flow of energy that comes up. It sort of revolves in a circular motion, and it's coming up from the earth, it's going up and it's coming back down, and we're all part of it. We're all made of energy. And if you think that sounds a little bit woo-woo, I did originally, but then I thought, well, yeah, if we're made of energy, it makes sense that our bodies are our key indicator of what's going on. We've all heard the expression, listen to your gut, haven't we? So do that. Learn to listen in, because that's when my life changed dramatically in the right direction. I was in a total mess in England, completely miserable. I moved to France and I took a deep dive in kicking the fear into because it was still there. I got the courage to move to France, where I don't speak the language, which is a fear in itself, but it was still there. It doesn't disappear. You always have that fear, but it's making sure that it doesn't take control. And for me, this was the key piece. This was the key thing that I did that made a difference. So breathing deeply, deep belly breaths. We've all heard that so many times. So your belly, you breathe into your belly, so your belly moves out. And as you breathe out, your belly is sucked back in again. It's kind of the opposite way to how we think. I was always breathing very shallowly up here. You know, if you think about it, you don't tend to breathe deeply. So stop, take a breath. Just, you can stand somewhere if that feels comfortable. In the middle of a walk, just stop and stand. You can breathe. You don't have to close your eyes. You can if you want to. It's whatever feels comfortable for you. Or take a seat, but keep your spine. If you're sitting, sit so your spine is straight. It's not very straight, is it? But sit so your spine is straight. And breathe deeply up and down. And don't force the breath. Just breathe. And then as you're breathing, listen to what your body is telling you. Where do you hold your tension? I hold my tension here, in my neck and my shoulders. So where is that tension being felt? Do you feel pain in your body? Are you stiff anywhere? You can start to feel into that, because our body, believe it or not, is communicating with us all the time, and we just ignore it. We think everything's happening in our minds. We think the mind is responsible for everything. The mind just thinks things. It's the body that's the real expert. The body is a reflection of your emotions, and it will tell you what's wrong. If you're feeling pain somewhere, it's usually, it's if you think of pain as trapped energy, and if you learn to breathe properly and use the breath and do it consistently, and as it becomes more of a habit, it becomes so much easier. I breathe so much better. And after I had my first daughter in labour, I had terrible trouble with the muscles underneath my diaphragm, and it was only when I started to breathe properly and my posture improved, I started to let go of the pains that I used to get in just below my diaphragm, just below the rib cage. So breathing is my key first step, and it's like I say, it was the start of my new life. It was the start of getting my joy and my excitement back, and it was the start of my journey to helping other people. And that's why I'm here. I just want to share what I learned that worked for me. So I hope you'll join the challenge. Give it a go. Comment on my website as to how it's feeling for you, or join my Facebook group and comment there. Okay? But I'll speak to you soon, and enjoy the challenge if you're doing it. Best of love from me to you. See you later.